Tropical Cyclone Niran continues to intensify in the Coral Sea, and a southerly blast is on the way for New Zealand this weekend. Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks very much for joining us. So we'll kick off with the tropical cyclone. It is currently moving out into the Coral Sea area, and today is the day it's likely to become Category 3 severe tropical storm as it moves into the open waters. Sea surface temperatures up here around 29-30 degrees Celsius, so that is very warm and perfect to make a low get even deeper and bigger. Meanwhile, in the Southern Ocean, we've got a storm down here that's about to send up a southerly coming in this weekend for the New Zealand area. But we start off with the tropical cyclone, the latest tracking from the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. Now the gaps you see, you can see these circles, these red sort of circles, and then there's these gaps in these areas here. That's a sign that the storm is speeding up. These are sort of time stamps, and so the bigger the gap between them, the faster the storm is moving. So it will pick up a bit of speed as it moves away. That is good news. Now the waves it's going to be generating, 13, 14 metre waves right in the middle here. Across Saturday and Sunday, starting to move in to mostly the western side of New Caledonia. But Vanuatu is also exposed because while the centre of the low is likely to be south of New Caledonia, the big waves will be pushing right across Vanuatu as well. So we are expecting dangerous sea conditions in that area. The winds are going to be strong as well. On this key, the area that we're most interested in is red and purple. This area in here, these are the damaging winds. So on Saturday morning and Saturday evening, that's where the system comes through and across New Caledonia with those potentially damaging winds across the weekend. So you can see all these maps, by the way, on our Weather Watch website if you wanted to take a bit more detail into them. All right, this is what's coming in this weekend for New Zealand. We've got a low coming in off the west coast and followed behind next week, high pressure. So let me show you that again with a little bit more detail for you. So in comes the weather. This is over Friday. Across Friday, that front comes in into Saturday for the North Island. And then as we go into Sunday, the centre of that low comes through. Burst of thunderstorms maybe on the west coast, but then high pressure is behind it. That's for Monday evening. So I'll take you through all of that step by step in a moment to make a bit more sense of it. But rainfall wise, the west coast over the next 3 days will be getting a fair bit of rain. You're up over the 100 millimetre mark. And into the North Island, not as much, but still 5-10 millimetres still to come. And that doesn't include maybe some of the bigger downpours, which can triple that. I was saying to someone yesterday who said, oh, your rainfall, it did say some showers, but we got 30 millimetres. That wasn't forecast. The disclaimer, I guess, is that when you've got these big, heavy, thundery downpours moving through, that can triple your rainfall. So if you're forecasting 5 or 10 millimetres, but there are big thunderstorms in the forecast, then there's a chance that that could be tripled. And that's quite standard with these sort of downpours, and they're very hard to forecast and wrap into your prediction. So what we do is we say it's kind of the cherry on the top when they've got those big thundery downpours coming through. Here's Friday's setup. I've stripped the rain off it for a brief moment to show you the intensity of the cyclone up there and the difference between the one down here. That's a cyclone and an extratropical one where it expands out in the Southern Ocean, but in the tropics it's all squeezed in. With the rain on board, you can see that there's a fair bit of rain coming down to the tropical areas. The North Island's mostly dry on Friday, but that low, that storm in the Southern Ocean, pushing rain up into the west coast. On Saturday, that low gets split in half. That's what we saw on that animation a moment ago. This is where we might be seeing some thunderstorms on Saturday and a weak front coming into the North Island on Saturday. Meanwhile, Cyclone Niran starts to come into New Caledonia. By Sunday, we expect the centre of that cyclone to be very close to Noumea in New Caledonia. Around New Zealand, the southerly flow kicking in right across the country. Temperatures drop nationwide, especially in the South Island, where that south to southeast wind comes through. The good news, it'll bring in some showers to eastern areas which are very, very dry. While the totals won't be a lot, it will still be welcome. So with that stormy system coming through, we've got big waves in the New Zealand area as well. As you can see across Saturday, they sort of move in towards the western North Island. And as you go through the weekend into Sunday, that system starts to fall apart. Again, you can see these maps on our website. So the setup for Monday next week, that southerly flow is still with us. The cyclone to the north should be falling apart. And this high, while not powerful, it is enough with the southerly to kind of keep that system further to the north. So a few showers in the eastern North Island where you'll notice that temperature drop. And on Tuesday, the winds, they become calmer in many places, although they'll warm up a little bit in the south where you get a bit more of a northwest flow coming in around that high. And the cyclone remains to the north, well away from New Zealand. A lot to talk about today. That is all from me. Don't forget all the news and maps you've seen on this video can be found on the Weather Watch website, weatherwatch.co.nz, and also over at ruralweather.co.nz if you need to get into more detailed data for New Zealand. That's all from me. We'll see you again on Friday.